Support for the Takeover Lounge is provided by the Arts Foundation for Tucson and Southern Arizona, funded by the City of Tucson and Pima County, with additional support from the Community Foundation for Southern Arizona. Welcome to the Takeover Lounge.
Yo, what is up, everybody? It is Friday, 8 p.m. So you know where we at. We in the Takeover Lounge. We are back. Sorry, we took a little week off. You know what I'm saying? So we had to rejuvenate, do our little thing. Today, we have a special guest. We had him on last year. This is his second year coming on to the Takeover Lounge, chatting with us. We got none other than Seanloui, the man, the myth, the legend himself. How's it going, Seanloui?
Dude, I'm blessed, man. I'm happy to be a part of what you guys are doing and everything. Thank you so much for having me back on the show.
Man, of course. Well, how couldn't we? I mean, the work you've been doing since we last spoke, I mean, we have to talk about it. We got to talk about it.
Yeah.
So
good.
Let's dive straight into it. Daniela, go ahead and kick us off like a normal Friday.
All right. So first thing is walk us through the typical day of Seanloui.
Ooh.
So I get up around 3 or 4 every day. I do like you guys you really want to know the details? Is that
yeah?
Is this serious? Wild. All right. So let's talk about today. Let's do it today. So today you see me, bam. Today I woke up at 4. I do like the vocal lessons every single morning. Then I check my emails. I start I either do like a project I'm working on. I do photography on the side, or do some Black Renaissance, something that I know that is work related, like a regular 9 to 5 thing. I do that between like 6 and 9 maybe ahead of time. And then I take a quick break. My break usually consists of letting like my cats or dogs out, texting my girl, kind of checking in on the world. 'Cause at that point, everyone's up, stuff's happening. And that's when I check my social feeds and kind of just watch everything, because all the cool, crazy stuff happens, around 9 a.m., especially when you look at Europe and all that stuff. So anyway, so then I started doing like music stuff. I started creating content. So the idea for it, like anything and everything with like the social media phase of our existence in life, is that you have to create a machine. So I do create some kind of content. Then man, let's see. I have a ton of stuff. So I have like a task. I do like a task management list. And I pretty much plan out, like, I'm so ashy. I pretty much plan out my I plan out like my rollout, right? So I plan my rollout over like 3 months for like an EP, a month for a single, whatever. So I just pretty much set everything out. And so once I do like the regular stuff, which is like vocal lessons, emails, something with like something with like a project that I'm working on. So right now, Black Renaissance is throwing doing the nighttime version or nighttime session of the Juneteenth Festival for Tucson, Arizona. So like that project right now is in my hands. So taking care of that, kind of looking over stuff, contracts, and blah, blah. So from that point, I kind of just like, I make music, do photography. I do a lot of reading. I've been reading a lot, listen to a lot of podcasts, kind of educating myself in a sense. I've been trying to stay away from TikTok, man. I'm on it now, but it's dangerous, because I'm like watching all these dances, and I'm like, I'm skinny and I'm stiff now because of this thing. And anyway, so I do that. But yeah, just like setting like a lot of live shows, and then going back and writing. I write a song a day, I just do that, and I do all of that throughout the whole day. So that's like a good. By the time 7 o'clock rolls around, I'm like exhausted, and I feel like I'm getting old. But then I realize, like, holy crap, you're actually up at 3. and then you start going at it. And I only take maybe like one break in between the days. So it's a lot, man, but it's good. You know, it takes a lot to really, especially if you're an independent artist, if you're not like a manager or any kind of booking, everything, you're doing everything yourself. So you have to schedule out your tasks throughout the day so that they're most effective. So I try to do at least 4 or 5 tasks every single day. I know that I can execute at a high level and then stay consistent at it. So that's kind of my typical day. You know, it fluctuates like, you know, pre-COVID versus post-COVID. So like there's no shows going on right now. So yeah, it's just a typical day. Yeah.
That's a great question. That was a great question. I feel like I got a lot out of that question from you. That was wow. Do you eat, Seanloui? You didn't mention eating in there.
It's like, so when I was talking to my other friend about this, my friend Fiona, who's like one of the senior curators, is that when we get going, like I just forget to eat. So like I can go, there's been times, let's say at the very peak of when I was like essentially working every single day for 16 hours, I didn't eat for like 3 or 4 days straight. Whoa. Just because I'm going. Yeah, but then here's my thought. People go, oh my gosh, Seanloui, you're gonna die. Here's my thought. This is how normal. This is like the state. Now, I'm not saying I'm this person, but I'm just saying like when I heard of this, I understood the mindset. So the mindset is like when they talked about Beyonce when she was doing one of her albums, she was like working so hard. She was so focused on the task of making sure that she wanted to do whatever you think you can accomplish, right? So she was so focused on accomplishing the vision she had in her head and her heart that she forgot to eat. She blinked and she's like, oh my God, it's been 3 days. I haven't eaten anything. I got to eat something. And now similar now, hold on. Now she probably has someone that immediately after 3 days was like, hey, you got to eat something. That's probably, she kicked into gear. So someone like myself, like, again, I can do like 3 or 4 days before I start noticing that like I'm losing weight or, you know, something like that. Now those are extremes. That hasn't happened in a long time. Everybody, I'm fine. Please stop messaging me in DM, telling me I need to eat and all that stuff. I am naturally skinny. But in a sense of like, if you're so focused and like that, sometimes food becomes like a second thought, you know. I'm not saying it's a good thing or healthy, but it does when you're so focused. Like I feel like it's a byproduct and something that every single artist should work out on their own. You know, not every single artist is going to be different. Some artists are going to like not sleep for a whole week. Like myself, I can't do that anymore. I got to take my naps. You know, my naps.
I feel that. So when does a nap fit in that schedule?
Dude, so I try to do like let's see, it's maybe like after 9, maybe like around 10 o'clock, because after 10 o'clock all the emails like pretty much die down, right? Because everyone is responding back quickly at 9 a.m., you know, 10:30, like the earth like starts taking their naps. So I take a nap around 10:30, 11. Sometimes noon, depending on honestly like what's happening. So if I'm in the mood, like today, I was like today and yesterday, I didn't take any naps because I was so focused on this album that I had some inspiration. I was like, let's do another one, do another take, you know? So yeah, it's cool.
That's awesome. That's so awesome. Yeah, Seanloui be waking up early, man. When I get, Daniela can attest to this, when we get a text from Seanloui, it's not at 1:30 p.m. It's definitely 6:30 a.m. And I'm like, oh, that's Seanloui.
And it's like the most complex questions too. It's all like, I'm waking up.
I've been up for hours. I've been learning to check myself on that because like though I'm texting I'm texting people so early that I'm thinking it's 10 o'clock, you know?
Right.
It's like 4:45. I'm trying to have an in-depth conversation.
Yeah, exactly. Then it's just like you hit them with a meaningful question. Like it definitely is deep, and we're like, it is 7:30 in the morning, Sean. We have not had our coffee yet, but Sean was like, oh, what's good? What's good with y'all? That's awesome. I love it. So let's talk about the most recent project you just dropped, Noor.
Yeah.
So that was a project you foreshadowed and told us that you were dropping last year. And so it's crazy to see that come to life. And so how can you talk about the creative process and the COVID and all that good stuff?
Yeah, man. I technically wrote a lot of the songs. Someone was trying to think. There's one song I wrote 2 years ago, a guy named William Fabry out in LA. and something happened where we both weren't feeling, wasn't the perfect time. You know, every song has a perfect season, and it just wasn't their season. So I kept that at the back burner. But I came with the concept of Noir, of doing a whole album that talked about that tension that's like always happening in my body, the stiffness or whatever. So obviously I came up with like the first one talking about my head and all just the raging thoughts that were happening while at the beginning of COVID. Yeah, it was fun. It was really good. It's like with the first project where I had my hands on everything, you know, I did have, it's always good to have like friends to like bounce stuff off, but like they just want to make sure. I just want to make sure that I was like I wasn't hitting the bumper. You know what I'm saying? You know, like when you go bowling and like those bumpers. My friends were the bumpers going, "Hey, don't go off." So it's always good to have those back feedback, especially when inside COVID, with the beginning of COVID, when I was writing this record, I was writing essentially in a bubble. I was like only writing with like myself and maybe like one other person, you know, as in like I was showing them. So anything that we thought was good, but that doesn't mean that it's good, you know, in a sense, you know. So we recorded, did everything, and then I ended up scratching a couple of the tracks. I think I'm actually looking at my computer, but I narrowed it down to like maybe 4 tracks, and then that's what everyone has so far. Yeah.
How much was on the original track list?
I have. So here's the other thing too, is that I started writing 2 or 3 songs every single day for like 60 days. I have some bangers. Let's not kid ourselves here. There's some bangers. So the original track list was going to have like 9, but I decided to do EP instead, and to really create like a concept out of it. So Noir is just the first one out of 3 that I'll be talking about. The next one is called they got calling it Kara EP, and it's going to talk about the stuff that was happening in my chest and my heart, you know, at the same time, of the tension. And it's gonna be a little more earthy and a little more rhythm based, just because, like, you know, the heart is always beating while serious stuff is happening. So it's gonna be cool, man.
I'm excited for that one. You got me all excited. So with the Noir project, you broke your finger, correct?
No.
The toe. Was it your toe?
Oh man, I forgot.
Yeah. Toe.
I broke my foot. I broke my toe.
Yes. So like, how would that play into the whole album and project itself?
Dude, I totally forgot. Like that PTSD, I 100% forgot.
He's like, "Why you broke that, man?"
Right now, be like, "I broke my toe." I totally forgot about that. Dude, I don't know. It was significant. It was very significant for sure, because I think it was like the time where, like, I'm trying to think, what was it? It was like maybe last year. I'm trying to think what month was it? Something else was happening where it overshadowed that whole situation. I don't remember.
I'm trying to remember too. I think it was like leading up to your release of New York.
Why I was stressed. I do remember. Okay, now the memories are coming back to me. I do remember me taking my chair, having it right now, and like rolling around my house as my dog is trying to lick my foot. Yeah, it was weird. It's so weird. I really did forget. I can't believe I forgot. But yeah, so anyways, that for sure has something substantially to do with it. If my body's making me forget, probably crazy PTSD. I do remember like a lot of the pain, and I was really worried because it's like I already had my back problems, and I couldn't really, you know, even to this day, I was like playing bass. I posted a bit of me playing bass. You could, if any good musician can see that there's a delay between me and the rhythm at one point, and that's me telling my brain telling my hands to move and my hands not moving. And I was like, oh, I can see this delay. I got to practice a little more. So it was like, so that mixed in with the toe. Yeah, it was chaos, man. Of course it was chaos, you know, but I created something really beautiful out of it. And I think, honestly, I wonder if that actually made me stop and, like, you know, because even stop and rest even more, because the fact that I was regaining strength inside my hands immediately Seanloui was like, let's go, let's full force, and which is probably bad. So me having my toe, broken, did help. I 100% really did forget about that. And now I'm kind of worried that it's like I'm really having some kind of trauma issue with my toe. I'm just kidding.
These are the big toe, man. Really just messed me up. It just really.
What's even crazier was that as I do yoga right now, so I do yoga to like stretch my body out a little more. I remember going to yoga and like obviously you can take off your socks and everything. So like on my toe was like this big fat mark. And I remember like, me looking down, and looking behind me at this random girl. She looked at me and she smiled. And I'm like, you're gonna hate me. You stare at my toe all day. So I was super self-conscious. I was like, I was like, even this yoga, I was like in downward facing dog. I would always, or child's pose, I would like tuck my toes in and like, hide my toe. I was so embarrassed.
Definitely. I don't want to feel my big toe. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going to keep it to myself.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. So how do you de-stress, Seanloui?
Well, the thing called alcohol. No, I'm just kidding. It's funny. I'm drinking. I'm gonna give a shout out to the homie Handsome Rob. He is they're one of my new sponsors for my my music. So I'm gonna give a shout out to him. I'm not making his stuff. But I've been meditating. To be honest, without all jokes aside, I really have been focusing and meditating and manifesting the dreams that are inside my heart, and not just and they don't become dreams anymore, right? So that they're just something that's going to happen. So I really spend time. Something I do every single day is that before I touch anything. So let me rephrase. I do some business stuff that I got to take care of really early in the morning, just because of like Europe and stuff like that. But like there's even before then, I'll just do check-ins, make sure everyone's good to go, and no one's dying. Right. I lay in this bed behind me and I meditate for 15 minutes. I have stuff that I say over and over again that I make sure that my mind and heart and body is aligned with what I want to do for the day. And real talk, it's been the best thing ever happened to me. That and yoga out of the whole COVID experience, 100%. I think the person that was existing in February wouldn't get along too much just because the fit is different, So, so my de-stress really is just meditation and yoga. It's happy. I do take walks sometimes. So if I'm stuck on a song, put AirPods in, take a walk around the block. I definitely do talk to I have like several friends that I talk to on a daily basis that we do check in with each other, and that helps me de-stress. Also, I watch random TikTok videos and YouTube videos. I play with my dogs, and I'm in the midst of amazing family and creating an amazing family with my girl and our animals and everything. So that's also very distressful. So it's been dope.
How long did it take you to practice like your meditation? Like, I feel like for people that first try it, it's so hard to get control of your thoughts and let them, not just bombard you. So how did you really practice trying to get in that meditation flow?
It really happened with yoga.
Okay.
Because you're having to focus and making sure your form is right and everything. And especially like if you are needing the stretch, I want to make sure that I'm getting every single thing out of it. So I'm pushing my arms and everything, but so it's making me focus. And so I started practicing. Actually, it was my friend. It was Fiona Cadet Black Renaissance. She mentioned that I should do it, and then I remember some other people in the past were saying I should do it, but again, ADHD can't do it. But yeah, yoga helped me focus. So I started saying it in yoga, and then finally my friend's like, you should just do nothing and try to do meditation. And I was like, what? And I'm like, I can't do nothing. I got, with yoga, at least I'm doing something. I'm saying my stuff, bam, bam. But this with meditation is different, and it really did I honestly maybe say like the third or fourth, and so I almost like do like a thing where like my voice is at the bottom of my mind. I take my vision and I put it towards the voice and make sure my body and my mind is adhering to the words it's saying. I know it may sound weird to some people, but I honestly thought it sounded weird as a as a pastor's kid, from California, like I understand that this sounds weird, but I 100% believe it worked because I am a byproduct. I can see my life becoming better. I can see manifestations happening. And it really just started with yoga, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think Daniela proud over here. She's like, stretching. Yes. We love to hear that.
Yeah, man.
Then it's me on the other side. I don't do stretching. I don't do much of that.
From Z, like, I'm cramping. What do I do?
I'll call it Daniela when I'm in LA Fitness cramping up and be like, yo, Daniela, I need help. I'm like in agony. So that's shout out to Daniela for picking up my calls because you should start charging me for them. But it's all good. I get the friend discount. She's like FaceTime calls are now $45 per person. So So I saw you posted on Twitter today, and it was like, not Seanloui. So
hold on. So here's my deal. Here's my deal with this thing, right? So it's happened because a lady on the phone was like dealing with like how like, oh, I think it was a hospital bill from probably my toe or something.
Okay.
That I had because I was trying to figure out what this bill was. Anyways. Yeah, seriously. And she kept calling me Sean. Now, if you guys know who, if I introduce myself to you as Sean, it's because that I know you probably can't say Seanloui. It's easier just for you to say Sean because it's a quick interaction, right? It doesn't bug me at all. But if I go, oh yeah, hey, Seanloui, like my name is Seanloui, and you keep calling me Sean, that's weird. It's like almost like me calling you, I don't know, Power Ranger Z, right? I'm gonna call you Power Ranger Z.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just making something up right now. And you go, no, my name's Z, and I go tight, and then I call you Power Ranger Z. That means that I am either incompetent or I'm disrespecting you. And it's like a thing. It's almost like when you call, like when you see a dog and you call a dog has a name, or dog is just a dog, and you can 100% call a dog their name. Call a dog by just it's by a dog. And you're disrespecting him because you don't care about it. It's just a thing to you, So
Right.
anyway, that came out of that situation. So I know some people are like, I call you Sean all the time. If you call me Sean, I haven't corrected you. It's not obviously not like because you can't say Seanloui, but it's probably because I just don't like it's I don't know. I do pick and choose who can call me Sean. Like my grandmother calls me Sean, right? Okay. But now those same very few people that call me Sean is very, very small group compared to people who call me Seanloui. So my first name really is Seanloui. So I introduce myself as Seanloui. Every now and then I'll correct people to say, hey, call me Seanloui, because I know that like those same people, their mouth has power and influence. So whoever they say my name to, that's gonna stick. Then this creates problems. So, yeah, I know some people are like, I'm sorry, Seanloui. I'm like, dog, it's okay. If I haven't corrected you, then like, some people flip between Sean and Seanloui. And again, I understand that, because sometimes, Americans, really just Americans. It's just Americans.
It definitely is.
But yeah, I don't want to go too on tangent on this, but yeah, it's all good. It's like I didn't know I can see myself. It's all good. If you call me Sean, I'm probably just gonna be like, yeah, my name is Seanloui. I'm not gonna be upset and like, let's throw down or something like that. I'm just gonna be like, hey, can you call me Seanloui, please? Because it's my name, Exactly. Names are so important. It's almost, not almost. It's just as much as manifestation. If you're saying someone's name, your name means something. It's everything. It means everything. That's why people call Beyonce Beyonce. She's like, call me. We call her Queen B, but she's like, my name is Beyonce. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because it means something. It's tied to a manifestation, and though people may call you something different, your manifestation, who people call and what you call yourself, it's crazy, and you want to make sure that everything's aligned. So, anyways, that's another. Exactly. I'm so good, man. I've been reading these books.
I'm glad we're on this topic, because I was one of those when I first met Seanloui. I was like, is it two names or is it one name? And I was like, is it Seanloui? So then once we came on the show, and then the first time you're like, it's Seanloui. I was like, oh, cool. So I'm just gonna call him Seanloui now because that's his name. So yeah, Seanloui, man.
Yeah. Again, if you even out there and they feel like they messed up, don't feel that way because I don't feel that way. If you can call me Seanloui, call me Seanloui. If you really can't, because some people can't. People have tried and it fails horribly. I'm like, dude, just say what's up. Just call me what's up or something.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Don't even try because you're hurting yourself and you're making us all look really awkward in front of all these people as you're struggling to say my name.
You're like, what's your name? You're
Yeah. But again, go ahead.
Sorry. What does Seanloui mean? What does that meaning for you? What does Seanloui mean?
It means I'm victorious. It's a very powerful name. My family, my mother and my dad created, and I feel like if I was the last decision they did before they got divorced, and that decision is long lasting, it's eternal. So I think it's very special. And it's something that I've searched my whole life for other Seanlouis, the same spelling and same, the name is only one. I think I said this last time. It's one small little kid in Philippines. He's probably 4 years old. I've been waiting for him to get older so I can punch him. So he knows. There's only one. There's only one, man. I even contacted his aunt. I don't know if I told this story. I contacted his aunt because I was like upset, and I at the time it was like 24 I was like 24, 25. I was drinking a little bit. So I got on Instagram DMs and I was like, is this kid Seanloui? He's like, yeah, it's Seanloui. How'd you get someone with the name? It's like, oh, we just found it. And I'm like, oh, so background story is that I used to own a nonprofit and we were going to rent out a piece of land, like something like 19 acres in the same area. And I just think my name got out there and someone got it. I'm like, no. So yeah, and that land got taken over by rebels, which is crazy, which is fine. I mean, they can have it, right? It's their land. It's not me. I was just going to farm it and give it back to the people. But
right.
Yeah, that's
Seanloui is very clean hands with the 4-year-old. You already know what it is.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh god.
Hit me. Bring it on. Next question.
Let's see. What has been your favorite song you've done so far?
You got it.
That's a good question. Yeah, good question. Because it's hard because I've written some stuff recently that's really good. I think it's powerful. It's like, man, dang it, Danielle. Your Bad Things is really dope. I think another one is one that hasn't come out yet. It'll come out. It's like it's like more gospel song, and I wrote it in the middle of COVID. I think it's really special. It's like, baby, tell me that you need me. In my heart, I know it's true. There can only be you. Even if our love does grow, we will finally know. Let your love reign over me soon. Anyway, that's the chorus of the song. But and I think live is going to be very, very powerful, and it'll get people to really sing the words. And it came out of wanting, some kind of relief by the rain, and just realizing that I can 100% only get it from this person, and it's very, very beautiful. Also, there's another song that I really like. I've been messing with because it's been in my head. I'm trying to figure out a way to produce it, but it's like, how's it go? Our love is danger, danger, danger. Our love is in danger, and the fire is me. Our love is in danger, 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 and the fire is me. Wow. Oh, what can it be, baby? Yeah, anyway, so that's another one that's coming out this year. So both those two songs are really special in my heart right now. Yeah, I gotta figure it out, man.
Now? Yeah. Like ASAP? Come on.
I'm gonna work on it. Just with both. The danger song is the one that I feel like I'm not satisfied with it yet, and it has been. I've been working on that song since last year. It's supposed to be actually on this recent record, and it didn't make it for the sheer fact of I was trying to play it, and it didn't it didn't hit. So hopefully it'll be on this record or not. Actually, I may have removed it already. Anyways, it's gonna come. It's for sure gonna come out this year. But those are my two favorite songs I've ever written so far. Bad Things is also extremely great. I'm releasing a remix acoustic version of that with my friend Cesar Rodriguez of Crooked Saints, and that's gonna be very, very powerful. And so it's gonna be dope. Other people like Future You to Me, and they like other stuff, and I feel like those songs are important. But I feel like the stuff that's coming out of me now, especially coming out this next season of my life, I think it's definitely the person that was last year wouldn't like the person I am now, because the person I am now wants it, wants it enough to manifest it. So yeah,
that's crazy to see that. I mean, honestly, to hear the growth kind of from yourself from last year to now, like you're in a whole different headspace, and it's awesome to see you out here thriving and doing your thing. And I feel like last year you were kind of getting out the funk and trying to wiggle your way out. Right. And now you're out here smiling, laughing. It's great music. It's awesome, Seanloui. We're happy for you, man.
Thanks, man.
So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and dive into our little halftime little break. We're gonna run the Cartel Coffee ad that we have going on. So thank you to Seanloui, by the way. Seanloui was the one that plugged us in with Cartel Coffee Labs. So this is the man that made this happen. So
it pays to go to that place every single day.
Cartel Coffee Lab is the place to get coffee, especially if you are in Arizona. They have locations in Tucson and in Phoenix. The specific location is the downtown spot in Tucson. This is definitely the place to come to for a first date, you know what I'm saying, or even to crank out some work or hold a little meeting. Now let's say you aren't into coffee like that. Well, you're just in luck because they have other options, like their teas. If you were to ask me what I would recommend, I would definitely say the chai tea with a splash of almond milk will do wonders. It's absolute fire. You can find links to Cartel Coffee Lab on our website, takeoverlounge.com. Thank you, Cartel, for sponsoring Takeover Lounge. Cartel Coffee Lab makes beverages so good, they should be illegal.
We are back with Seanloui, man. Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You got some voice. Am I? Oh, there we go. I can hear you now, I think. Say something.
Hey.
Oh, there we go. All right, we're back. You know what I'm saying? Oh, funny story about Cartel Coffee Labs. The first time I had Cartel Coffee Labs, let me tell you, Seanloui, I had it at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. It was the dirty chai latte. I got it at 2 p.m. I could not fall asleep until 4 a.m. in the morning, and my stomach was messed up. So that was my first experience with coffee ever. So shout out Cartel Coffee Labs. You know what I'm saying? they put it on.
Hell yeah.
So before we got into the sponsor video, what were you said you love going to Cartel Coffee Labs? That were you?
Yeah, I've been there for almost 9 years, man. I feel like 8 years. I mean, it haven't been that long. But when I became homeless, I was I hung out there all the time. Now I was homeless. I was staying on my friend's couch, but I didn't have a job. My company just went under. I was kind of stuck in Tucson for a little bit, and they're all amazing people. So anyone and everyone who's in charge now, I've known them since they either first started or or when they were barista. The head person of Cartel now, I've known them since they were literally a barista. I can see the image in my head of her scrubbing tables and stuff like that, and now she's in charge of all the stores. Shout out to Mercedes, she's dope. So they're amazing people. I suggest everyone to go check them out. Great staff here in Tucson, especially downtown. That's the hometown. So yeah, it's cool.
Definitely, yes, it really is. Shout out to them, man. Thank you, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
Seanloui, if you could pick any superhero power, what would you pick and why?
I would want to be Static Shock.
That's awesome. Glad you said that. I'm so glad you said that.
100%. Because I could fly. Because I get to fly. I get to shoot things out of my hands.
Yes.
And I get to use electricity. Electricity is everywhere. I could like enclose myself in electricity and then go fly to Jupiter or something like that and hang out.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I 100% would be Static Shock. I don't know about the outfit. I would wear all black so I can like, you know, hide it and stuff like that. Purple's not really my color, but Static Shock for sure as far as the powers go. Yeah, 100%, man.
I'm glad you said that because I feel like he's overlooked. Static Shock is overlooked, man. No, so underrated.
Did the show come on Disney or something like that? Did I miss it? Is it on Disney now?
I don't. Is it? If it is, it's news to me too. But somebody fact check.
yeah, no. Static Shock on TV. What am I saying? Oh, it's good. HBO Max. Whoa, cool.
Right.
What I'm doing. See you guys later.
Later. All right, interview's over. Definitely. Yo, Static. Did you see they were trying to make a real life version of Static Shock? Did you see that?
Yeah. Here's the thing: is that you need to be just as powerful, if not better, director than Black Panther, and that's hard. It's hard. In a superhero movie that it has something to do with Black culture, it's gonna be harder to reproduce or to take the same impact as Black Panther. I'll always take a second shot. Sorry, give myself in camera because of how good the main actor was, how good Chadwick was, and then his legacy with his death. You can't defeat. That's why, like, even some of the Batman movies after like Dark Knight, it's hard. You know, someone like a Heath Ledger, who's an amazing actor, who people love, not just the actors, but humanity loved this person because he devoted his whole self to it. And just like with Black Panther with Chadwick, he devoted his whole self into making sure that people that POC that people that look like him got to feel that they were important, that they could do anything, and that they had a place inside a world like Marvel. So it's gonna be good. Now I'm not gonna say it's not gonna be good, but as in like I think people, including myself, is like, man, I need to be at the level at Black Panther, and I think it takes some kind of like it's not gonna be like that because you're not gonna replace Chadwick. You know, his influence on culture. We'll be talking about him until we're 95 years old. You know, and
very true.
Yeah.
And what made like Black Panther even more powerful after Chadwick passed away was just that he was battling cancer at that time and still able to. It's just wow, like definitely. Oh man, R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman, man, definitely one of the greats.
Real talk.
But onto some lighter news. We're celebrating our 1-year anniversary tomorrow, and one of our performers is ASCII, and it came to my attention. You guys got really, really close during COVID and got to know each other really well. And so I want to know more about that relationship and how that friendship has matured as a mentorship and all that good stuff.
Oh, me and ASCII's tight as fuck. All the 850 crew, yeah, they're tight as fuck, man. I really do admire, like, a lot of their work ethic reminds me a lot of like my LA and like New York friends, you know. Mm-hmm. And so it's always cool to be with people that are like-minded and who can see that not just that their dreams are possible, but like if they can manifest it and put work to it and they see it happen, they can continue on. Because some people will toil on the ground and get a couple of pieces of fruit and be like, yeah, I did it, and then stop. But like asking, he's too hungry, he wants it too much, him and the whole crew. So it's always a pleasure just to be in a room with them. I got to like hang out with them on their studio during COVID. And then ASCII, of course, he's gonna hate me and be like, Seanloui, put this song out. Now there's a Future You and Me remix that is out. I have my hard drive. It's not even
what?
Yeah, it's really good. It's actually really, really good. I just haven't put it out.
Seanloui, we need that. We need that ASAP.
Really yeah, it's really good. Yeah, it's really good. I need to just put it out. He's called me at least 3 or 4 times, like publicly, so I need to just do it. He's probably gonna do it again. Like, Seanloui has me on this track. Yeah, I love them. I think those guys are dope, and I 100% believe I give it another. I think I said this. I think I said this already. I give it another year, maybe. You know, COVID slowed everybody down, but I give them another year before like they won't be in Tucson as often because they're playing so often in other places.
Definitely.
Yeah,
that's the
for
goal.
sure.
We hope to see Seanloui and ASCII out of Tucson doing a lot of things for the community and for themselves as well. That's what we hope.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That's exciting. But we need that. We need that song, Seanloui. So it's enough.
I'm looking right now. It's hard. You know, the most difficult part about it was just make sure it got depressed. So like I don't like doing anything without any kind of proper like rollout. And so with myself and him, our schedules don't align as much as I think they probably would do. They never do, man. So as soon as align, sorry, we'll put out something because I really want to. If we're gonna do it, I really want to do it well because I believe both of our teams and just myself and him, can really put on something that can really rock, Tucson in a way that will not just put myself and him on the map, but help everybody else out as well as we continue to like, do our music. Now, I'm not saying like, and I kind of agree with Pike on this. I don't think every artist's job is to put on their city, but I think you should represent your city in a way that when someone goes, "Where are you from?" They go, "Tucson." They go, "What else is in Tucson?" You want people to do that, not so much. I'm from Tucson. You're from Tucson. What else is in Tucson? You want to be that good. So I know that myself and him can put up really cool. Sorry, my dog is like, ah! It's not my dog. It's my best friend's dog. I'm watching him right now. He's like going crazy. What's up, buddy? Come here. You may see someone come up real quick. But yeah, so that track and the remix will come out. I'll say it'll come out at the same time Matea's will come out. How about that? That's like a stretch.
We'll take it. We'll take it. You can give it, Seanloui. We'll take it.
I promise you guys, it is really good though. He's an amazing lyricist, and ASCII is one of a kind. Him and his whole crew are really doing something really special. So I'm happy to be his friend for sure.
That's awesome. We love to see it. We love to see it.
Yeah.
Seanloui, the other day you asked me a very interesting question, and I still don't know the answer for it.
What's up?
If you had to pick 5 artists for your new music, what 5 artists your new music sounds like, who would it be? Did you ever find out those 5 artists?
Yeah, someone said that I sounded like. I asked someone else that. Oh wow, I gotta look at my past. It's been like I text my best friends this, and they literally sent me a message, and it's been like 9 days. I text them every single day. Nothing that sticks out, and I think it's a good thing, bad thing. Good thing because like if I were to play when I play at festivals and everything, no one really sounds like me, which is why we're able to continue to expand, especially like in some place like Mexico.
Right.
That thing, because when you go to like any kind of label that I've talked to or any kind of booking person, they go, well, you sound like this. And that's only a small piece of what I sound like.
Right.
And then that could also like put you in a box. So like their whole deal is to ultra market it. So they're just going to cram whatever in. So if I'm going to be a pop artist that sounds like my song Tell Me, they're just going to cram in every single song is going to sound like that, and even the remixes, or every single song. And so the fact that I have my thing is wide enough to where if I played, I can play anywhere and play very well and play with other bands that have their own sound. Makes it slightly difficult sometimes to market your stuff because I hate this. I'll say I hate this. I don't like this. How do I say this peacefully? I think this artist is absolutely amazing. I don't see it, but I see it because pop music, and I know people can really get really sensitive, not sensitive by saying. I think Quincy Jones really made something really, really special when he made Thriller, right? So Thriller is like the pinnacle of pop music. You really can't beat a record like that because it's pretty much perfect. So to have his influence and everything, someone like The Weeknd is essentially just looking at that and going, okay, that is the template. Someone like myself who also loves Quincy Jones, like who also and can look at that and go like that also is a template. So I get compared to The Weeknd when in reality our music's not really the same. So imagine like myself it's constantly compared to the weekend, and people are saying I should make the weekend music. So I've had producers send me tons of stuff that's just essentially just EDM, and I love EDM. EDM is dope. Yeah, let's dance. Let's do our dance. Let's do the stomping thing that people do with 1 foot and they twirl it. You know, I think that's tight.
Right.
I don't make music like that, especially look at my last albums and stuff like that. So it's I ask that question because if some people can't tell me, that means I'm doing something right, and it but also creates a harder way to market. So that's the reason why I asked you, because I was like trying to figure out. But I still, to be honest with you, I still haven't. A lot of people just say I sound like myself, so I just market myself, and it's worked out so far. So
definitely has worked out so far.
Yeah.
It's interesting because you have like an international fan base from Mexico ranging to Europe, and like even I think I saw something like on Australia maybe a little bit too.
Yeah, I think the funnest part is when I do get, sometimes people ask me to like retweet stuff for like Tucson, like my Instagram and all stuff. Yeah. I tell them all the time, like, you understand, like I only have maybe 75 or I'll say maybe let's say 100 people from Tucson on my Instagram. The rest of them are all from they're all from everywhere else. So I've been very blessed to continue to hit, and I really believe it's because of the work that I put in at the very, very beginning. Those 99 emails I sent out for my first song, just pounding and pounding pavement. I really think that jump started it. Almost like a small wave that created a huge wave. So yeah, I think the 5 artists is always good people to ask, but I think I'm in a good place, hopefully.
No, definitely. Is it hard to like maintain that like fan base with it being so international for you, or has it been kind of easy?
I say both, in a sense of like with social media, it makes things super easy. Now with like the time difference and everything, and the language barriers, occasionally I'll have to create more content in order to hit like a certain area. So like I'm popular. When I say popular, I mean like I'm not like Beyonce. So people are like, you're not popular. You only have 400 people listening to you in this city. So whatever. But I would say that I have a larger fan base in like somewhere like a Turkey, in Istanbul.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to create. I have to create content that's just for them. So some stuff that you guys will see that that you guys won't see that I created for them, they'll get it. So probably like the bad part about it is just creating content that's specific to those demographics. But then you get like stuff that I posted today, that everyone will like, and I just have to make sure I put it in the same time zone to where when the algorithm hits, everybody gets it at the same time. So that's. But otherwise, I've had a great time. Like I said, I played more in Mexico than I have in the States, and it's probably not going to change. I love Hermosillo, I love Mexico City, I love Guaymas, yeah, it's so cool, man.
Definitely. I was just thinking about it. What's your favorite like venue to play at? I feel like we asked you last time, but has it changed at all?
Ever?
Yeah, ever.
It's a good question, man. It's heavy. I'll say this. I'll say the funnest, the scariest, and then like the one that I like remember the most. Okay. And one I remember, the scariest was this random venue out in Houston called Happy Funland. So imagine Alice in Wonderland with it. That's literally what it was. Everybody, all the staff was all dressed up. There was hardly anyone at the show. It was a secluded area in the industrial complex. You walked in and there was heads. There was like doll heads everywhere chopped out. When I say like doll heads, I mean like huge heads, huge like mannequins and everything. And it was dark and it was like really weird. And me and the band I was playing with, my old band Signals, I was like, hashtag Happy Funland, RIP. I'm pretty sure that place doesn't exist anymore because especially during COVID. But yeah, I remember looking at my friends. You're like, oh, this is how we're gonna die. It's like this is crazy. Yeah, it was really weird. So that was like the scariest. Like, I was like nervous a little bit because it everything seemed, you know, you get those vibes that just you don't feel safe. We did not feel safe. There's that one. I'd probably say most memorable was I was like 18. It was like one of my first shows, and we played in front of like 3,000 people out in Palm Springs. Old Ben's into pass, and that was really dope. That was like more of like a like of like when you first time you see, if you toil on the ground for a long time, the first time that you see the fruit, a little bit of sprout of green, you know what I mean? And we're staring at and looking at my guitar player and going like, I'm like, oh, I get it. If I work hard, I can do it. There's nothing holding me back, and there's nothing. No one can say anything. People can talk. I'm the one's holding myself back. So if I put in the work, I can do it. It was more like an aha moment for me. You know, that was like the first time where I knew I had the gift in order to perform at that level. You know, and let's see. That was the scariest. That was the most memorable. The funnest would have been. Funnest would have probably been like this random place out in Texas. It was with in that meeting some we played with the band that actually got famous, or the lead singer got in that getting famous or touring heavily. But it was like when I say random, I mean it was a town. I can't remember the town. It was a random town in Texas. And that was really weird because there were 3 people there, and they were all probably like 12 years old, and they were going so hard in the paint. And yeah, it was great. Yeah, that was like the fun. But it's like, yeah, that stuff to me is fun. It's really cool. So
it's interesting. It's like came from like 3,000 people when you're 18, and then the most fun one is when you're playing for like kids and they're going hard with music. So that's interesting.
Yeah, it was cool, man. Yeah,
that says a lot.
that stuff won't leave your memories, you know.
Exactly.
Who are you currently studying?
I am studying. I can tell you right now. I'm still studying Eddie Kendricks, is the lead singer of or one lead singers of Temptations. Who else am I studying? Pharrell a ton at the moment, and then here I literally can tell you my Spotify was open. Spotify is so lame sometimes. It like takes up half my bandwidth on my computer. Now I know people go just buy a new computer, but Spotify should not take up that much bandwidth, and I'm complaining out loud. Dark Child. Let's see. The New Birth. Major Harris. Shalimar. Lamont Dozier, and then of course Curtis Mayfield. I've been really getting involved in those, and drum roll please. I've been studying her, and not in a sense of like trying to figure out like studying, of more of like when you see when an eagle sees another eagle, you're always mesmerized by the eagle, and even if you are also that same thing. So I'm mesmerized by her their dedication to their music, and how they're able to, their path from where they were, because they for sure, like I remember them when they weren't her, and they were, oh my God, I forgot their actual real name now, but they were just a songwriter, so to see the escalation, it's something that is like, again, if I can do the work, then it can happen. So yeah, it's really cool. So those are people I'm studying. And one other person, actually, dun dun dun, is a band called Other Lives. They're like a indie band, and they're really dope. I've been really into them. Oh, and then my friend Hanson, they're an amazing songwriter themselves, and their production style they do is dope. You can take a look at them at Hanson. So it's HANSSON, and they're from Australia, but she's super dope. Yeah, I've been studying those people.
Dang, that's a lot of people to be studying.
My one thing I do a day is I listen to a full album every single day. So I'm not saying I try. I'll say this: in the last 3 days, I haven't done that because I've been busy. But that is usually my thing I do. So I will, in the morning, do get the house ready for just the regular stuff, and then I will start our records. I try to choose random records and stuff that I hate, with some records I'm not really into. Now, there's an artist that I don't I don't understand why people are into him because he sounds like a lot of other people that I listen to. But the fact that they're doing it, that makes me even inquisitive because I'm like, okay, if he's doing it and he sounds like everyone else, then he has something that's special about him. So let's figure out what that special thing is, and then obviously admire it and respect it and engulf into the art because that whatever that special thing about this artist that I've been listening to is engulfing the world. So it's cool. Yeah.
That's awesome. So what is Seanloui currently working on? I mean, we heard about a new project that you're working on, an album actually, right?
Yeah.
And then we heard about Black Ren. What's working with Black Ren right now?
I can't tell you guys Black Ren because that's so we plan out about a year in advance. So we actually are going to start planning out next year, next month, I think. No, I think when what's today's date? We're May. So yeah, so next month, June, we start having our preliminary meetings with myself and Fiona. We start picking the artists that we think will be great for next year. It's difficult because of COVID still, but it's still a thing. The next thing I do, I'm really just writing every single day. I can play something for you guys. See if I can drop.
Yes, please do.
Yeah, I'll play you guys. I'll play you guys a beat to this song that's coming out. It's a song that actually is up there as far as the songs that I like. I love playing. I want to play it. See if I can. And if no problem. Anyways, I like that. I can't play you guys the vocals, but that song for sure will be a song that I know people are gonna like. It's a special song, man, and it came from the heart. So yeah.
Oh man, I'm so looking forward to everything that Seanloui is working on. Everything Seanloui touches, man, I just want to be like involved in. Like honestly, like I just love how he just works and how he does his thing, man. Because Seanloui's out here doing it for the people and not even for himself. I mean, this is a beautiful thing, Seanloui.
Trying, man. I'm trying.
Awesome. So where can they find you at, Seanloui?
Seanloui. So Seanloui. You can look me up everywhere. If you guys just want to follow Black Renaissance, that is 100% okay. Make sure you guys follow Black Renaissance. We're highlighting Black artists every single year, doing dope stuff, man. And that's that's been the heart of why. I'm sorry. There's a little thing that I'm like.
Time to block off.
Yeah, so it's been the main reason why I've stuck around inside the United States for so long. I think it's a beautiful thing, and I'll continue to be here because I think that Black Renaissance is what the ultimate vision that we have that we're going to do, especially in the next couple of years, is really the goal is to change the culture of the state to the point where Black history is a normal thing we all talk about. As much as we talk about Thomas Edison, we'll talk about the same guy that built the filament. He's a Black guy. As much as we talk about every other governor inside Arizona, we talk about a black senator or a Black mayor that's doing amazing stuff. We talk about Black community organizer. And the idea is to change the culture, and that's what we want to do. We want to make sure that like any event we do, that we drop it, and we leave. We let it settle. Let people just like dive in. So that's it. As far again for me, Seanloui at everywhere. I'm gonna be playing some shows here pretty soon. I think as soon as Mexico opens up, I'll be headlining a festival out there. Me and the squad, and I'll be. If you guys saw my new Looper video, that's gonna be something that we're gonna incorporate in every single show now. And so yeah, man. Please make sure you guys support Black Renaissance because it supports Black artists around Arizona, and that's how you guys can find me.
All that good stuff, man. Seanloui, amazing, man. So you can follow us at the Lounge Takeover on Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. You can follow Takeover Media at Takeover AZ Media. You can follow me at Z__GIV. You can follow Daniela at
Danny World Takeover.
And tomorrow we are celebrating 1 year of the Takeover Lounge Extravaganza at Thunder.
Congratulations, man.
We'll be having Lab Rats deconstruct our intro beat. out there live for you guys. We'll have performances by ASCII and Amazing. I heard that Manny Meggs will be making an appearance. I heard that the Block appearance. It's gonna be a fun night. You guys are not gonna be there. You know, mask up, of course, but you're missing out. You're gonna miss out. Me and Daniela will be there. Talk to us when we're not on stage. We'll talk back. We won't be antisocial. We'll try not to be. But yes, tomorrow, 7 o'clock, doors open, Thunder Canyon Brewery. We'll see you there. Seanloui, thank you again for stopping on by the Takeover Lounge again for year 2. Yo, this is the season finale too of season 3. So we wrap it up with Seanloui. So this is awesome. We'll see you guys for season 4. Man, out of here. Next Friday, 8 p.m. Peace.